Drew and Stu are on the air.
Ready? Right.
Whether you're fading with Drew or riding with Cam, this is the place to get your weekly NFL picks. Presented by Sports Interaction, Canada's sportsbook.
Everything you got, let's go.
Hello and welcome to the Divisional Round on the Drew and Stu podcast. I'm Drew Livingstone. That's Cam Stewart. Cam, what a crazy Super Wildcard weekend. The end of Tom Brady, ? Maybe he went out in style. Threw for 350 yards, all in garbage time. Didn't mean anything. Dallas Cowboys absolutely slaughtered them, like we said would happen. The other games, the Bengals barely scraping by Tyler Huntley and the Ravens. What'd you think of the way Harbaugh managed that clock at the end of that game, Cam?
It was horrible, Drew. It's what, like, you're a veteran coach, and it's just stupid. I know you don't want to give the Bengals the ball back, but it was absolutely insane to me. Like, what are you doing? Like, you need time to work on plans, and just the Huntley play at the goal line. You go low. Dobbins is pissed off. He's like, give me the ball. Well, yeah, that's what he's there for. That's what you do. Like, that was a very risky play, but the fact that Hubbard picked it up right in the air and went down, I'm like, wow, what a season ender for the for the Ravens. They could have won that game outright. Seattle was leading in their game, like absolute madness. And we're both on the Chargers. That's fun. Charger will Charger. God. I got to be honest with you. We got to see how Jeff Feinberg's doing. He's handling it well. I got to be honest with you. This team is unbelievable. Like, I can't believe. You know what the thing was, Drew? I thought Jacksonville would come back with that late touchdown before the half, but the fact that the Chargers couldn't even hold on to win and cover, that's crazy stuff, buddy. What are you going to do?
And, like, not only do they blow the third biggest lead in playoff history, but their kicker also misses a kick, which is classic Chargers style.
I know.
It was absolutely insane. I was like, oh, I got them -2.5, and they're up 27-0. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And classic Charger style. And if you look at the Justin Herbert pass chart, everything was within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Like, it was a terrible coaching.
They fired their OC today.
Yeah,
the
Staley making him the scapegoat. Lombardi. Like, it's his fault. Staley. Maybe run the ball a little bit. They had less rushing attempts than the Jacksonville Jaguars in the second half, and the Jags were down by 20 points at half. It makes no sense.
I can't believe it either. And I'll tell you, like, Seattle was up in that game. They were playing well. Just a crazy weekend in the Bills.
But see, at least San Fran's like, oh, wow, Seattle's winning at half. You know what? Let's make some adjustments. And they blew them out in the second half.
You're right. They're
good coaches make adjustments.
Good coaches make great adjustments. And I got to be honest with you, I'm really concerned about the Bills defense. Like, Skylar Thompson, there was a lot of guys open.
Cam, let me say something on this. Yeah. They only allowed, it was like 3.1 yards per play. It's like the seventh lowest defensive performance ever. So their defense played great. It was Josh Allen putting their defense in bad spots. So, like, on paper, Skylar Thompson wasn't moving the football. It was Josh Allen being like, hey, here's a pick to the 50. Here's another pick in my own end of the field. So I don't know, Cam. It's tough. I don't know where I'm going to go this week between Bills and Bengals. It's going to be close, but yeah, it was concerning to see Skylar Thompson almost beat the Buffalo Bills, but I think it was more Josh Allen's struggles.
Think about this, though. I think every team that won had concerns. Jacksonville was getting slaughtered early. That was amazing that they came back. San Francisco was losing to Seattle at the half. They come back.
Dallas didn't really have concerns.
The only team that really had a clean game is the Giants. They played a perfect game, and the Cowboys. Sorry, good call. Cowboys, Giants, and they were both against, like, everybody does this to Minnesota. And we talked about Tampa Bay's division. Me and Gabe laugh on our show. It's the MAC. It's the MAC of the NFL.
It's a joke.
Like, it's just so bad. Like, and that's why, like, everyone says, oh, it's a leap of faith to bet Dallas. I felt pretty good about Dallas going into that game. Like, me and you both had the Cowboys, and you know what? I should have been even ballsier and took them on an alternate line, because I think Tampa Bay reeks.
Yeah, I mean, we said it. Tampa Bay could barely keep up with the Carolinas and the Saints and all the lesser teams in the league. They got beat by Atlanta last week, and then they come into Dallas and they just get absolutely slaughtered. They didn't deserve to be in the playoffs, and that showed. Is Brady going to be back? If I had to bet, probably. But I don't.
Listen, dude, the guy's losing money in, like, financial. I think he would have. There's a lot more going on with this Brady story than people know with that company and all the other things that are happening. I think he'll be back for a year, but I got to be honest with you. Like, his stock, like, really, like,
do you want him?
Tom Brady gonna? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really want him. I know that sounds crazy. I don't want him unless you have a team that has a perfect defensive line and give him all day. But teams are going to come up with schemes, Drew. Like, you see it. Like, you have to be a mobile quarterback now. His accuracy was off. Let's just say this. It was a really bad performance. And he had open looks and he missed a lot of throws. It's concerning. Like, he'll go down as the best, but right now, no, I don't think he's better than a lot of quarterbacks in the league. He looked awful.
Yeah, I think it's maybe like Vegas or the Dolphins, like someone that has like the premier weapons.
No. He's not beating Tua. He's not beating Tua out for a job. Sorry.
I mean, if you're the Dolphins, though, you need a security blanket. You can't go into the season with Tua as your only
You think
option.
Tom Brady's going to be a backup?
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I think Miami's like, okay, Tua, see ya. Like, we're getting Brady in here.
Wow. I think that would be a horrible decision. That's just my
I
opinion.
do too. I'm just saying, I think that's an option for him. I think it'd be
It
Vegas
could be.
Dolphins.
I can tell you, if me and you, Drew, were in the Dolphins war room, Tom Brady's not coming to be our quarterback.
No, Derek Carr might, though.
You know what? I'd rather have Derek Carr, and I'll stick with
100%.
I'll stick with Tua. I worry about the concussions, but that's just my take on the situation. Like Brady looked awful.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into the divisional round, Cam.
Yep.
A couple rematches from earlier in the season. The Jacksonville Jaguars will kick it off there, going to KC to take on the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 8.5-point favorites. They were 10-point favorites earlier in the season, and it was a push. They covered 27-17 was the final score, but they were up 21-0 in the first half, and then they just took their foot off the gas, classic Chiefs style. Let the team back in at backdoor. Cam, where are you going in this one? Andy Reid off a bye is the best coach off a bye in NFL history.
Yeah.
So do the Chiefs just blow them out?
Here's the thing. This line opened up at 10, time of taping 8.5. Jacksonville lost by 10 in their meeting, right, Drew? So right on the opening number. I also thought they got like some really bad luck in that game. They had turnovers in the red zone, and they didn't really play their best game. They're a totally different football team now and good. Here's the thing. Rest and time could be a good thing for Kansas City, but I still don't think they're the explosive Chiefs that we're used to seeing. I still think they're a great football team, and there's no hate on Kansas City. They're an awesome team. The defense actually is a little bit better than people talk about, but Jacksonville, to me, riding that momentum, like they almost wish that it's actually good that it's the first game of the weekend. They want to get out there as early as possible, keep on playing, big comeback. You know what? This is a very difficult game, but I'll take the 8.5 points with the Cats. I think it's going to be right around the number, but just, hey, your boy Lawrence from Clemson, Drew, I know you're a big Clemson guy. He's stepping up in big ways. A lot of guys would have melted down in that situation. He came back and just after the 4 interceptions was brilliant. Give me. It was
funny because in our group chat with my buddies, I was like, Lawrence he regularly sinks in those big moments. We saw the national championship against LSU, like he just didn't play well. And then the first half, I was like, oh, here we go, big game Lawrence at it again, 4 picks. But then it was almost like it was just like, you know what? I'm playing so poorly, and he relaxed, and all of a sudden, big game Lawrence came out, the big time Lawrence. He threw 4 touchdowns. So which one are we gonna get? And I don't know if you saw, but he's also undefeated on Saturdays in his entire football career, high school, college, and the NFL now. So he's never lost on a Saturday. This will be his first ever loss if they lose this football game. And I think they're going to lose this one, Cam, and I think it's going to be a big loss. I think Andy Reid with 2 weeks to prepare for this Jacksonville Jaguars defense. Listen, Doug Peterson, off that same coaching tree, great offensive schemer, scores a lot of points. I just don't think Mahomes is going out this way. The way you beat Mahomes is like crazy tight games. We saw Joe Burrow do it last year with a crazy performance in the AFC Championship game. I just don't see that from the Jags just yet. But I mean, what a great season. Even if they lose the Chiefs by 25 points, it's still an amazing season for the Jaguars to take this in Lawrence's second year. But yeah, so where do you think mystery tiebreaker man is in this one, Cam?
I think he's going with the Chiefs.
Incorrect. First time I think you've been incorrect on a tiebreaker, mystery tiebreaker man's pick in a while. And he's on the Jacksonville Jaguars, Cam, with you. Secrets revealed, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Cam always going with the Cats as the underdogs. The reverse line movement.
I think if you take hey, we're running out of games, Drew, but I think teasing both sides. Like, I don't think the Chiefs are going to win by more than 2 touchdowns, and probably
if you bring Kansas City,
scary. They can. You're right. It's not perfect, but I don't know. I think this game could find a middle, but I'm on Jacksonville just because I think they can play with Kansas City, but very difficult game.
And what do you think of the total?
Games are tough.
52.5 over under, Cam. That's a high total.
I got kind of like under, actually. That's very high. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but
in the
I'm
playoffs
not betting
too.
the over.
And like you might see like a little bit of like rusty Mahomes in the first quarter before he throws 4 touchdowns. So I'd lean under. I'm thinking like 30-17, and that's only 47. So
okay.
Give me the Chiefs and the under. You'll take the Jags and the under. Teasing side, probably lean Chiefs because I think it's safer to go 2.5 on the Chiefs side. But like you said, this game could easily middle. All right, moving on. NFC East rematch from 2 weeks ago, except that this time it's not Gardner Minshew at quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts. The Eagles are 7.5-point favorites. 70% of the public is on the Giants plus 7.5. Cam, when both these teams were fully loaded earlier in the season, the Philadelphia Eagles absolutely stomped on the Giants 48-22. And one of the Giants touchdowns came late. Like we're talking like late fourth quarter. I just don't see how the Giants keep up with the Eagles here. The Eagles defense is a lot better than the Vikings defense, Cam.
It is. You know me, Drew. Divisional game. I'm still like, part of the captain of the Daniel Jones fan club. He proved it last week, but it was against a weaker defense.
He had the best performance out of any quarterback on the weekend. I know Dak played well on Monday night, but I'd still take
I'm
Jones'
worried,
performance.
Drew. I'm worried. Like my head's telling me to take the Eagles. My heart is telling me to take the Giants. I'm going to listen to my heart. I just love Dable. I think he's done a great job with this team. Saquon Barkley looks refreshed. That's the thing. The Giants can play a game style. They cover in this game if they just keep Hurts and those Eagles off the field. And they can do that. They have a running game. They're tougher. Their defense is better. They're well coached. They know this opponent. I know getting 7.5 points with the G-men. Philadelphia off rest. Hurts could be healthy, but I got to take the points, Drew. I see a very tight game. And I think if the Eagles win, they'll be by a touchdown, and I'll win by that hook. Give me the G-men. They've been very good to me. We had them outright in that game against Minnesota. Going to ride them again, buddy.
I was on the wrong side of that game, Cam. I had Minnesota winning. I thought that they were going to stomp the Giants, but I was wrong. But I'm going back to the well with the Eagles here. I just don't see. Listen, I love Brian Dable. I think he's a great coach. I think Daniel Jones has emerged as a decent quarterback, and they're going to extend him. I just don't see them being able to keep up with the Eagles in this football game. Yeah. Jalen Hurts, if he's healthy, we don't know. Like, are we going to get the Hurts we saw in Week 18, where like he's still like off on a little bit of throws and rusty? If we get fully healthy Jalen Hurts, this Eagles offense, I don't see how they put up less than 40 points on this Giants defense. So I got to go with the Philadelphia side here. If Hurts is still banged up and he's making uncharacteristic decisions and throws like he did in Week 18,
things could be interesting.
A different story. So
yeah. What do you think about the total? I know we do sides, lean over.
I got to lean over. I just said Eagles might score 40 points. So 48.5 total, they might get there on their own.
Yeah. I think the Giants will want to slow down the game. I don't know if an under is correlated to the Giants, but I still think the Giants can put up points. So yeah, I have a lean to the over.
Yeah, and both teams love running the football, even with their quarterbacks. So the clock might be ticking faster than on a normal game. Meanwhile, the Miami Dolphins and Bills game took forever because it was just incomplete pass. I think it was like the second longest playoff game ever. They delayed the 4:30 game. That was pretty funny. All right, Cam, moving on. Actually, mystery tiebreaker man, which side do you think he's on?
Giants.
Ooh, ding, ding, ding. You're correct this time. Going with the underdogs back-to-back games. Mr. Fonzie favorite. What
is he, Dan Dog now?
Yeah, Dreamy Dog, or yeah. I'm trying to think of a name with a U. Usher Underdog? I don't know.
Yeah, that's not working.
It's terrible.
Yeah, just stick to D, like Darren Dog, Dan Dog. Yeah, I don't know what the hell you call it.
Whatever. Anyways,
you're right. Bagman's usually like a favorite guy. I don't know what the hell's happened to him.
I guess playoffs, I think it's going to be close. All right, Cam, the Bengals going to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Is this game in the wrong stadium? We don't know, because we don't know what would have happened if the Bengals and Bills played 3 weeks ago. Pretty weird that they play again 3 weeks later for a spot in the AFC Championship game. I think the Bills didn't bring Hamlin to the game last week. They let him watch from home. I think that was on purpose. I think they bring him to this game, Cam, and get the crowd fired up. Maybe I'm just overthinking stuff, but I feel like that's a thing. Bills favored by 4.5 points. 66% of the public is on the Cincinnati Bengals side. The total in this game is 48.5. Cam, I will let you start here because my heart is leaning one way, but my head is leaning another.
I'm the same as you, and I don't even mind the Bengals. This is really tough for me. Two teams that I don't mind at all playing each other. Here's the thing. I'm going to take Buffalo, and that line movement to me is why.
Reverse line movement.
Yes, it's kind of like you think Cincinnati's going to be there, but I'm going to tell you, Drew, one thing is very important in this game. And I actually think the line could go down. I think by game time, this line's going to be 3.5 or 4, and that's fine. I'll still take Buffalo at 4.5. That's what when we're taping, we take the lines we get, and it's earlier on in the week. But I'm going to say this. That Cincinnati offensive line, it's a problem. They have many, many problems now. Joe Burrow gets the ball out quick, but it doesn't matter. That's the thing. The Buffalo Bills are going to come up with complex schemes. You saw what the Ravens did. Burrow got hit a lot in that game. He was sacked a lot. Like, I think Buffalo can kind of do the same thing like Baltimore did. Turn this into a street fight. I think the Bills win this game by a touchdown. Allen will do enough without one big mistake. I think the Bills are definitely going to, I think they can beat the Bengals by 10, but I think it's going to be a pretty tight game, but the Bills cover. Give me Buffalo Bill by a touchdown. Good call by you. I think they roll out Hamlin for this game. I think the Bills Mafia is going to be rocking. Tough to beat Cincinnati by a lot of points, but Drew, I think that line kind of tells you, I think they're kind of begging for Cincinnati money.
Yeah. The forecast is calling for snow showers at game time, Cam, which is, probably better, and heavy winds, which is probably better for Josh Allen than Burrow because he's got a bit of a stronger arm. But he also makes some mistakes. The issue with me with the Bills is their secondary is still a bit injured. Marlowe now starting at free safety in place of Micah Hyde and Hamlin.
That's a problem.
That means Chase is going to have those looks over the top. We saw Waddle open a couple of times, those big drops Skylar Thompson was throwing the football. So if Skylar Thompson can find Waddle wide open, I don't see how Burrow won't be able to find Chase or Higgins or Boyd or this bevy of weapons there. I don't know, Cam. I think if the Bills win this game, it's going to be close. I think it'll be like a 23-20 game. I think it's going to be lower scoring than people think, especially with the weather. So give me the reverse line movement scares me because that's
they're Buffalo.
They're
Do
begging.
it. Cheer for your team.
I'm going to cheer for them regardless. I'm going to cheer for them regardless, Cam. It's just whether
like we did a show with a guy
yesterday.
Right,
fine. Let's go.
He's a Cowboy fan and he's betting money on Tampa Bay. I go, why would you do that?
That's stupid.
No. He goes, well, at least I'll be happy one way. I go, how about this? How about you take the money and bet on your team and enjoy the money on top of it?
My mind says it's going to be a 3-point game. But for the purpose of this show and where my money's going to be, it'll be on the Bills.
Bills by 6.
And the spread. And I'm probably going to be at the game this weekend as well. Because,
oh, no. The last time you went to the game, it was the butt game with the Vikings.
Yeah, it was a disaster. Screwed. If that kind of stuff happens, oh, man, Cam, I don't know what I'll do with myself.
You're going to ask somebody to put you through a table or light you on fire.
I'll be telling my wife, you're driving home. I can't do this.
Oh, no, she's driving home anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let's be honest.
You're going to be so soaked in Genesee lights, buddy. They're going to be rolling you out of that stadium.
Yeah,
come on.
I'll be named Drew Bud Light Livingstone by the end of that. Okay, the total, Cam, 48.5. I'm leaning under because of the weather, and I think it'll be closer than people think. What about you?
I kind of lean the under too. Like, it's just one of those things. It's almost crazy to take an under in this game, but I can see punting because I think the Bills can get some sacks and Cincinnati's defense efficient. Like, Buffalo's not going to march up and down the field on these guys. It's not going to be a game like Miami. So I have a lean to the under, but I don't love it. I'm going to take Buffalo. I think they win this game. 6 is my number. Buffalo by 6. Let's go.
And it's weird. Last week, 5 of the 6 totals went over the number. The only one that was under was Bengals and Ravens. And even that.
No. The only one that went under, actually, that game went over by 1. The only one that went under is Dallas by the half point. It was 45 and a half.
No, but so the Ravens-Bengals game, early in the week, it was under the number, but at kickoff, you're right. It went over the number at kickoff.
Correct.
Still, it was weird. It was a high-scoring weekend in the playoffs. You don't usually see that. But now you get a bunch of outdoor games, so it's probably a different story. All right, Cam, the Dallas Cowboys going to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. This is going to be the trailers all over national TV. It's going to be historic rivalry, Cowboys, 49ers, all the flashbacks, Montana, Aikman. It's going to be all the crazy things, Jerry Rice, whatever you call it. They're favored by 4 points at Candlestick. 46.5 is the total. Where are you leaning in this one? Are we going to get the Cowboys we saw on Monday night? The issue is Tampa Bay Buccaneers suck. So, like,
that's the thing.
How can we expect to see the same Dallas Cowboys, right?
That's the thing. I don't know, but I'm going to have to take them in a leap of faith. I think San Francisco wins this game by 3, and the number's 4 when we're taping. So I'm going to take Dallas. I think this is going to be a classic game. You saw their defense come alive. Parsons played well. They got to Brady. He's also a statue. Purdy can move a little bit better, and he's been confident. This is the thing. If Dallas does bring some complex schemes and try to confuse Purdy, he's passed every test. Mm-hmm. But if they go down in this game different than the Seattle game, I think Dallas is going to linger. And I think it's going to be tougher for San Francisco. This is a spot. I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco to win, but Dallas to cover in a very tight game. I think it's a 1 to 3 point game, Drew. When you're getting 4 points, I think this is going to be a good one. As for the total, I don't know, 46.5.
This seems low with these two offenses.
Yeah, it does. It does seem a little bit low. Maybe this game goes over the number, but I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm going to go the other way, Cam. We're disagreeing on 3 games this weekend. I'm going home. You're going home.
Somebody's going to be on fire and somebody's not.
I like the 49ers here, Cam. Last year in the playoffs, we saw the 49ers. Absolutely. They got out to a huge lead and Dallas came clawing back. And then that a despicable QB draw play with 20 seconds left where he hands the ball to his center instead of the ref. And then all Dallas Cowboys fans complain, but you were down 6 points anyway. So let's be honest. The odds of you scoring a touchdown were pretty slim. I just think San Fran is like this team of destiny right now. Mystery relevant at quarterback. Their offense seems unstoppable. I know Dallas slowed down Tom Brady last week, but that's a way different story, Cam. Like Shanahan will have them ready for this pass rush from Dallas. He'll have these screens ready to McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel out of the backfield, these crazy trick plays. I just think it's going to be tough for Dallas to stay close to these guys, especially with the pass rush and the defense San Fran has on the other side. This isn't the Tampa Bay defense where Dak Prescott can sit there for 35 seconds each play and just like, there's CeeDee Lamb. Oh,
No,
there's
I got
Gallup.
it.
You know what I mean? So he's going to be on the move, running around. I like Dak Prescott's rushing prop because I think he's been running for his life. But give me the 49ers to win this game by 4. I think we're destined for an Eagles 49ers NFC Championship game. And I think they're both going to cover the number. So give me the 49ers. Where do you think mystery tiebreaker man is in this one?
49ers all day.
Correct. So you went, what'd you go? Oh, 2-1 with tiebreaker picks.
Yeah.
Same old story, Cam. If that was a game show, you'd be winning money. That's all it is.
I don't know why I could predict him. I was actually surprised with the one that I got wrong.
The Jags,
exactly.
He has been Mr. Chief all year, so
he does love the Chiefs. It's funny for a guy that's a fan of one team that's in the AFC. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He's got a love for a team that's one of their rivals. Interesting.
It is very weird, Cam. All right, let's get into our best bets. I know it's early in the week. It's Tuesday, but we need to pick our gold, silver, and bronze picks for the people.
Yeah.
Last week, our sports interaction parlay was 2 of 3. The only one that didn't hit was the Los Angeles Chargers.
Thanks, guys.
Course.
Yep. Would have been great.
And it looked like it was going to hit. I was like, oh, nice. We're going to win money for the people. And then Herbert and Staley decided, no, you're not.
You know what? They could have cashed out. That's the beautiful thing about gambling today.
The issue is that the other parts of the parlay didn't happen yet because it was Minnesota Giants over and then Dallas -2.5.
Drew, you bring up good points. Sorry.
This was the first leg lost.
Yeah, in heartbreaking fashion, and the other two win. That is frustrating. Okay, do you want me to start, Drew?
Let's just remind people that once again, all these lines are powered by Sports Interaction, Canada Sportsbook, 19+. Please play responsibly. And if you look below, we have a QR code on the screen. If you're wondering why that was on the screen the whole time, take out your phone, point the camera at the screen, and it'll send you right to the Sports Interaction website. You can sign up, get a deposit bonus, and play along with the Drew and Stu parlay this weekend, which will have 3 of our best bets combined into a parlay. And we will both be riding it like we were last week, and we both look like it's going to hit. And then maybe some crazy stuff's going to happen. But maybe crazy stuff will happen in our favor this weekend, Cam. But you can start with your bronze for the people.
With my bronze selection, I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys plus the 4 against San Francisco. I just really think that, they played to their potential. They could do it again. San Francisco is an amazing football team. Trust me, I'm a Seattle fan, and I was excited for a bit. I thought San Francisco would come back and win, but the fact that they covered too, they're very explosive, but we saw Dallas too. Their defense can do something. If they come up with complex packages to confuse Purdy, this is going to be a good game. I think San Francisco ekes out a victory on a Robbie Gould field goal, but doesn't cover the 4. It's going to be a classic, real tight game with these old rivals. I'm glad Dallas is playing San Francisco. Makes for a good matchup. And I'll tell you one thing, Dallas is the one team that I think can make it interesting against San Francisco.
Cam, before we move on to my bronze pick, we didn't talk about Maher and his extra points.
Oh, no. We have a problem.
The 4 missed extra points. That might affect your line, Cam.
Actually, you know what? If they get 2s, it'll be good. But if they don't, what's the deal? So they give them one chance. You trust this guy
to kick field goals now?
No,
if you have a 48-yarder in the first quarter, are you sending him out? What's the deal?
If he misses the first extra point, you can't bring him out for the rest of the game. If he misses the first chip shot field goal, you can't bring him out. You're going for it on 4th down. I've seen this happen before when Sebastian Janikowski Drew was a kicker for the Seahawks, and it actually worked for them because they hit 2-point conversion.
Remember Vanderjet for the Colts? And Peyton Manning going this guy just can't make kicks. He's out drinking, getting drunk.
Yeah. He's a drunk. Look at this guy, our drunk kicker. But that's the thing. It could actually work good for Dallas if they get the 2. So it's a positive and a negative. But I'll take the big star to cover.
I will say Robbie Gould probably more clutch of a kicker.
Big time.
I don't know. Maybe we get Dallas having 2 kickers on the active roster on game day.
Oh yeah, no, they got to pick somebody up. I agree.
But yeah, okay. Let's move on to my bronze, Cam. My bronze will be the Kansas City Chiefs and Jacksonville Jaguars under 52.5. Everyone sees Lawrence, they see Mahomes, they see all this gun power. They're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be 37-30, some crazy fireworks. I just don't see it. I think it's going to be lower scoring than people think. Andy Reid is great off a bye, but it's also nerves. Nerves kick in, guys. So give me the under, the number. I think the Chiefs cover, but I think it'll be closer to the under than the over. So give me the under as my bronze. What is your silver, Cam?
My silver is going to be to go. I find these get both the same. I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars plus 8.5 as my silver pick. I really want to take the Giants, but I'm not going to. I'm going to lean Jacksonville. I think they can find a way to turn this into a dogfight with Kansas City. If they lose, I think they lose by a touchdown, not by 10. Lined open at 10, 8.5. Jacksonville, I believe in Lawrence. A lot of ATN in this game. They got to come up with some wrinkles too. I wouldn't be surprised. Peterson, maybe a trick play, end around, fake punt. Just do everything you got to do. That's the thing to beat Kansas City. Kansas City's burned money all year. But you brought up a great point earlier in the show. Andy Reid with time off a bye, dangerous. That's why I'm really scared, but I'll take the Jaguars. I'm going to be honest with you, Drew. All these lines by the time of taping, I could go either way on every game. Very difficult numbers.
100%. And like, if we're honest, you're going to be teasing the Jags. It won't be, I doubt you take 8.5 outright.
I'll take the points, but I'll also have them in a teaser too. Like maybe a super teaser, like 10 points, like a 10, 18.5 with something else. Like, yeah, I'm going to find different ways to put them in, but I want some security.
All right, Cam, my silver will be the Philadelphia Eagles minus 7.5 at home. A lot of people are on the Giants, as you can see, 70% of the public. I just think the Eagles are a juggernaut that you don't want to get in front of. I love Dable. I love what I'm seeing from Jones. I love what I'm seeing from their offense. But at the end of the day, if Isaiah Hodgins is your number one receiver, I don't think you can keep up with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles to cover this number. Could be wrong. We'll see. What is your gold, Cam? Your best bet of the week? Give it to me.
Well, we're going to go with Buffalo, and I'm just going to be basing
going
this
back
one
to the well, even though they burned you last week.
I know they do, but I'm glad I had them in money line parlays with some stuff, so it wasn't as bad. The spread hurt me, but everything else in teasers and other things. Remember, getting them early with those super teasers, like you wouldn't have won on a regular one, but you would have got it like with the other ones, like the 10-pointers and stuff. So I had them all over the place, money lines with Dallas and Giants, so it wasn't that bad, Drew. I really wish they covered though, but I'm going to take Buffalo for the fact that the line's gone up to 4.5. I think Cincinnati has major problems on their offensive line. I know if there's one quarterback that could, solve some problems, it's Burrow. I think Buffalo's defense shows up in this game. I think they win by a touchdown. I love your point about Hamlin. Roll them out early. I think Hines is going to have a big game. Give them field position in this spot. Cincinnati was lucky. Like, I know the Bills were lucky against Miami, but Cincinnati was really lucky. Like Baltimore, I can't believe they didn't win that game. Give me Buffalo Bill at home to win by 6 and just cover that number.
You have to remember too, last year in the playoffs, the Bengals were lucky too. Didn't they won that game against the Titans without scoring a touchdown? It was like 7 field goals.
They're an interesting team.
Yeah, like
they're good, but I think Buffalo can cover this number.
Yeah, it was a crazy trip to the Super Bowl for them last year, and if they make it again, it'll be another crazy thing. Because if it's Bengals Chiefs next week, I feel like I might go with the Bengals. We'll see, Cam. My gold pick is the 49ers and Dallas Cowboys over. I'm Mr. Totals this week, which is weird. I just don't trust the sides as much as I do the totals. I think 49ers and Cowboys going to be a lot of fireworks. San Fran can score 30 pretty easily. Dallas has the offense to score 30. So even if I'm wrong about taking the San Fran on the side, I think if Dallas wins this game, they're scoring 35, right? Like if Dallas somehow pulls off the upset, it's because they outscored them.
I don't think they have to score 35. I think they can upset them as much as anywhere between 24 and 27. I think that's their threshold.
I think they can hold San Fran to 20.
Yeah, I think to 26. I think they can win 27, 26, 20. I would say as low as 24, like 24, 23. I think San Francisco will get a minimum 23 points in the game. And if Dallas gets 24, I think they can win. As I said, Drew,
I think the over for me.
Yeah. And you just hit the over, and then I would win. But I got a lot of buddies that are San Francisco fans, even though I'm a Seattle fan. My cousin, who I love, is a Dallas fan.
So you're supposed to hate the 49ers, Cam.
This is the thing. No, I don't like them. I like when my team's out though, like, I don't know. I'm getting older and softer, Drew, but my cousin's a huge Cowboys fan too. I'm very conflicted with a lot of people this week, but I got to take the points. And I'm going to tell you, I think this game is going to be tight and it's going to be a classic. And I just have this vision of Gould kicking a game-winning field goal. It's like they're down like 1 or 2 in the game and San Francisco just pulls it out.
Has Brock Purdy earned the starting job next year, Cam? Regardless of the
I have already said that. Yes. Let's talk about this right now. Brock Purdy, if he wins this game, whatever, I still think he does. I don't know what they're going to do with Trey Lance. They have to think about it, but they've already proven like this kid is going to get better too. Remember, he's a rookie.
And he's on a 7th round contract, Cam. So they can spend money everywhere else if they can get rid of that Lance deal.
I know. That's the thing. San Francisco's got, yeah, you know what? It's not just that Lance. He didn't really get a chance, but I'm sorry. That's life. A kid stepped in. Mr. Irrelevant.
Look what happened with Prescott and Romo. Same thing.
It's the life. And I'm telling you, Brock Purdy's done great. He's been fantastic. And I think you can't lose his job. He's been that good.
There you go. There's our Miami Dolphins backup quarterback next season. They might just unload Lance to Miami, say, here, take him. All right, Cam. Well, good week. Decent week for us on the betting circles. Yeah. Hopefully our sports interaction parlay can hit for everybody. Once again, scan that QR code you see on the screen to head to that sportsbook and bet along with the Drew and Stu parlay. And we will see you next week for championship weekend. Go Bills, maybe. I'll be at the game, so if you're there Bills. As well.
Get wasted, Drew. Tell your wife she's driving home. You just crush some Jennies with Bills Mafia. Let's hope the Bills win by 5 or more.
That's the plan. All right, Cam. We will see you all next week.
This has been Drew and Stu, presented by Sports Interaction, Canada's Sportsbook. Follow Drew at Producer Drew and Cam at Cam Stewart Live. May the winners be yours and all of the best bets hit.